Hello, loves. It's Hills from the Blue Flame Apothecary. We are in some wow. I don't know how else to say it. The Cosmic Light Drops update was just published yesterday, and as it was coming through the channel, the energy of what's happening on this full moon and how it's allowing us to start to prepare for what is coming, the big energy that's coming at the end of the month. I'm just going to kind of touch on that really quick here because I said it. At the end of the month, on the 31st or 1st, depending on your time zone, Mars, Kali, Uranus, and the North Node are all coming exactly conjunct in Taurus. This is like, get your ass in gear. It's time to start living your truth. And Kali is in there to make sure it's your truth energy. So we're starting to feel this now. Uranus and the North Node are getting closer and closer together. Mars and Kali are still a little bit far away, but by the new moon at the end of the month, it's going to be really loud. Templating the way for us is the asteroid named after Lilith and Persephone meeting conjunct with the sun. And a little bit off to the side, Mercury's over there, like helping. Mercury's feeling like a mediator, which Mercury often is, because across the way, the moon, this big, huge supermoon, the biggest moon of the year, physically speaking, Luna is the closest to the Earth on the 13th, is sitting very close to Pluto. Now, they're all trying to this energy that's happening at the end of the month. But we're not going to go there yet. There's a reason that the newsletter that came out was titled On Being Here Now. And it's because this energy is so big and so loud that it can kind of suck you in and take you over. So one of the things it feels to me that we're being asked to do is find that way to stay in the present moment with this big energy coming in. The way we're going to stay in the present moment is by really touching in and allowing ourselves to really dive into that energy of Lilith's physical aspect, the only Lilith aspect that has a physical body, her asteroid, being conjunct with Persephone and the sun. Let's look at Persephone and Lilith to start this. We talked a lot about Lilith over the Cancer new moon because her archetypal energy was really loud. It still is. It still is. And the dark moon is involved in this full moon and in the next new moon as well, and in that conjunction. Lilith's energy is that not willing to submit to forces that don't have empowerment for all as part of it's really, I'm not going to submit because it's not, no one needs to submit to another. We're all equal. It's that energy. Persephone, she holds that queen of the underworld energy. So in a lot of mythology, she is actually Pluto or Hades' consort. So they're sitting across from one another. They're across the table from one another. This huge spotlight of the moon is shining the light on the proceedings. And one way we could look at this is, how can we allow the story of Persephone, this story of, almost a victim with Stockholm Syndrome, is one of the ways that she's cast. There's this energy of, Hades kidnapped her, and then she ate a pomegranate seed, and she became stuck in the underworld, and then Demeter was really upset, and so, we have our seasons because of this, because Persephone comes back to the upworld, the earthly world, during spring and summer, and then she returns to Hades in the underworld in fall and winter. There's so much here. There was one kind of telling of the Persephone story that I really enjoyed, and it might help us to find our way in to this energy that is really hard to put into words. What if you can look at Persephone and Hades as two parts of the same being? And instead of a victim and a perpetrator, you have a unified being who wants to experience something that they are unable to experience in their unified state. And so this being splits itself into two and puts one in the underworld and one in the upper world. One is a demon or darkness, and the other is a maiden in light. And the task that has been given is for this darkness to come and take the light, so that the light can experience darkness and so that the darkness can experience light. The eating of the pomegranate seed was it's like the Matrix, the pill. You take the pill or the mushroom that Alice eats. It's the little token that helps this being remember that the that they are not separate. These two beings, these seemingly two beings, are able to remember that they're actually one. So if we take it from that place, if we take this myth from that place, then we can feel into that Lilith myth, right? And Lilith's like, what are you talking about? I should submit to you. We are the same. We are the same being. And the sun is like, let me hold you with this, and let me aim this knowing, this knowledge directly at the moon, when the moon is its biggest that it's ever going to appear on Earth, and shine the biggest fucking spotlight I can find onto this truth of not separateness. You are not better than me. You are not worse than me. You are exactly me. We are the same. We are one whole being. And then Pluto and Mercury are hanging out on either side. And Mercury's like, yeah, I can traverse all the realms. I'm a template for how this works. Let me negotiate this conversation a little bit. There is a beautiful practice that you could do where you could look at all of the ways that you've kind of gone into yourself and pulled a piece out and said, I need you to do that thing that I don't really want to do. I know I need to have that experience, but I need to be able to pretend that it's not me giving myself that experience. You could also look at the ways in which you have tasked others in your life with that. Where you have created a perpetrator so that you could play the victim. Or where you have become a perpetrator so that you could allow yourself to experience that. You know, these power dynamics, they work in all of the various dimensions, right? So you could be perpetrator and victim in the exact same moment, in the exact same situation. There is a lot of energy of like introspection right now. There's a lot of we have a really strong ability to get deep into ourselves and feel the things that we've hidden. The energy is really strong for this. And you're kind of seeing it playing out in the collective because whether you're looking at like American politics or you're looking at, you know, how the world is restructuring itself and all of the ways in which we're redefining what society should look like. And as you're seeing that playing out in the larger collective world, allow that maybe to be a mirror for yourself. Like, where am I creating these power plays? Where am I creating these power plays? How am I creating these power plays? And in what are they serving? What are they serving? How are they serving me? It might just be, you know, it's entertaining to you. You know, like watching a soap opera. It might be that you don't trust yourself, so you are constantly putting yourself in the role of victim so that you don't have to make a decision. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways this can play out. And you know, one of the beauties of this type of work and be going really deep in, whether you sit in a bath and allow it to kind of soak through you, or sit in quiet meditation, work with black obsidian is really good. The stone black obsidian is really, really good for this type of work if you're into crystals. One of the practices that came through in the newsletter, which feels really powerful for this time, is to get really still, not even breathing into your heart or calling the light down from above or calling it up from below, the kind of more traditional meditation practices, but to just become stillness. Let yourself be breathed. Like the way that your heart beats without you having to tell it to. Your lungs breathe without you having to tell them to. And see how long you can stay in a state of stillness, quiet, of allowing that which needs to fall away, and that which needs to come in, but not attaching at all to any of it. To literally let yourself go. It sounds like it should be really easy, doesn't it? Oh, it's so fucking hard. It's so fucking hard. It takes a lot of practice. And the funny thing is that it's literally doing nothing. We've just been trained forever to do all the time. Oh, I think we'll end there for now. Stay tuned, because I can feel that there's another update coming between now and next week, sometime in the next few days, couple of days, that wants to talk a little bit more about Vega is also conjunct the moon right now, and Vega and Arcturus are coming into a place where they're going to be the brightest in the sky of the whole year. I can feel there's something in that galactic astrology that wants to come through. Vega has a message. I just don't know what it is yet. If you enjoyed this video, please definitely subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know when Vega talks, when any energy update, frequency transmission comes through. I'll put a link below to the Cosmic Light Drops update. If you have not subscribed to the newsletter, you can do it there and you can read it there. If you are called to journey further and in a deeper way with me, that would be amazing. You can check out the Blue Flame Apothecary members portal on Patreon. There will be a link below. I also offer one-on-one sessions if that calls. However you journey through this amazing time that we're in, it is such an honor to spend any of this time with you. And as always, in all ways, so much and many loves to you from all the dimensions.